Welcome back, folks, to Brighter Rays. We're looking at Ecclesiastes 3:11. Today we're looking at the next part. We looked at how God makes everything beautiful in its time last time. And this time we're looking at He has put eternity into man's heart. So this unique quality of humanity really separates humanity from all other creatures. We have this sense instilled into us by God of the infinite. There's this kind of longing in all of humanity to understand, to know, to believe that there is something beyond just this temporal. You see that throughout all societies, throughout all time. Even the one that's been in societies that are the most pagan, the most against God, the most unbelieving of a God existing, that believe those lies, still have this idea that there's something beyond just the here and now, which is very interesting. But that's what this verse is all about, right? That God has put eternity in the hearts of people, and they know it's there. They know something beyond this temporal world, the afterlife and all that kind of stuff. They understand that, they know that, but yet they trade the truth for a lie. That's what Romans 1 says. So humanity's awareness of eternity reflects the image of God. That's what He's put into us. He's created us in His image, and so that makes sense. A God who's eternal, transcendent, we should have the sense of the eternal and transcendent within us. If we're created in God's image, that makes sense why we would have this in us, this kind of innate sense that there is this eternal, transcendent something out there. And so He's placed that into us. So while we grasp the existence of eternity, we struggle to comprehend its fullness, leading to both awe and frustration. We understand that there is something beyond us, that there is, even people that don't understand the Bible and don't have another faith that teaches that there is an afterlife. Most people, I think, would say, or at least hope, that there is something beyond this life, and that hope and that desire for the after. The desire for something greater, especially when we're talking about justice or something like that. People have that sense. Well, Romans 1 talks about it, this idea, this kind of this transcendence, where it says, "For what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. For His invisible attributes, namely His eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world, in the things that have been made, so they are without excuse." So God's eternal power and divine nature are evident in creation, leaving humanity without excuse. And Psalm 8 says, "When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him? The son of man that you care for him?" The psalmist marvels at humanity's place in the grand design of creation. He created the moon and the stars, these amazing things, and then He made man in His own image. And so, again, the psalmist sees, wow, there's this awareness of even the divine, that He created all these things, and then He created man, and just marvels at that creation of this transcendent being. And 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, "As we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal." Our focus should be on eternal realities rather than these transient concerns that we're holding on to. Augustine famously wrote, "You have made us for yourself, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you." This longing drives humanity to seek meaning and purpose. This placing eternity in hearts drives humanity to go out beyond themselves, to explore, to see what else is out there. There's got to be something else out there. And so that kind of innate sense that we need to go out and do this, instead of just being satisfied with repopulating, like the animals, just surviving and then replicating yourself. We have these great hopes and desires to go beyond, to go into the stars and all this stuff. Why would we do that? It's not so much just about preserving the race, right? Or preserving humanity. It's not so much about that. It's this idea of going out and exploring new things, seeing new things. Go out there. There's something else beyond this that we can go out and find, or even within. There's something beyond just the atom. There's beyond the electrons, beyond the smaller parts of the atom, and just going deeper and deeper into. We want to find those things out. Why? Does it really matter to us? Practically, probably not, but we want to go and see those things because we understand that there's this eternity, there's this beyond that we want to find. So that's God putting eternity in the hearts of man. The inability to fully comprehend eternity leads to the existential questions, right? We see those happen in philosophy and religions all over, trying to answer these questions. Why, since the beginning of philosophy and religion and false religions, has there been this question of these things? As far back as we can, as recorded history, there is these existential questions of like, is there anything beyond? Is there more than this? And that's always been with humanity. It's very interesting. Well, what are the barriers to trusting God and the fact that He has created all things and that He exists in eternity? Well, there's a focus on temporal achievements, pleasures. Those often distract us from eternal purposes. There's an overestimation of human wisdom, which can lead to frustration when God's ways seem inscrutable. So what we need to do is we need to shift our perspective. We need to let the awareness of eternity refocus our priorities. We need to pursue what has lasting value, knowing God and loving others. That's what has the most lasting value ever. And we need to find rest in God's sovereignty. Accept that some aspects of God's plan remain beyond our understanding, and always will, probably. And we worship Him for His majesty, for who He is, what He's revealed to us. Not what we don't know, but what we do know. And what we do know is enough to worship Him and to keep learning, to drive us to keep learning. All right, so that is the end of this section for today. Come back next time. We'll look at the mystery of providence a little bit more and look at the next section of this verse.